Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video I'm going to share another tool of psychology called as RAIN. RAIN was developed by Michelle McDonald and then eventually it was popularized by another meditation teacher, Tara Brooke. And I'm going to lead you through the short activity explaining about little bit theory of how this activity works. So let's get started. So therapeutic tools in psychology, RAIN technique. I'm going to present the basic steps involved in this activity. We'll discuss a little bit about it and then we'll start with the meditation. So RAIN technique has 4 steps. First is R stands for recognizing what is happening. A stands for allowing life to be just as it is. I stands for investigating inner experience. N stands for non-identification. So let us explore these steps one by one. R means recognizing what is happening. So, in order to navigate any kind of difficult situation, it is important that we first recognize what is happening. This means that we are taking a step back on assessing the situation more objectively, because many times our emotions come in between. So, not letting our emotions or biases cloud our judgment. That's about recognizing. It's also important that we consider all the factors which are at play within the situation. So for example, if you are in conflict with someone, it's important that we understand their perspective and try to see things from their point of view as well. This can help us to come to a common ground and work towards a mutually more beneficial solution. Once we have a clear understanding of the situation and the potential challenges, then we can develop an action plan, because this plan will now take into account all the factors that we identified during our assessment, and this should be flexible to adopt any kind of change that may occur. Also, we must communicate our plan with others who may be involved in that situation. This will ensure that everyone is on the same page and we are working on the same goal. It also helps us to build trust and foster positive relationships. So, effective navigation requires patience, persistence, a more willingness to learn and grow. And by the time we assess the situation, we develop a plan and communicate, we can navigate any kind of situation with confidence, with success. So, taking time to recognize what's happening, you can better prepare yourself to handle that situation with clarity and confidence. So, this is the first step where we take a deep breath, acknowledge whatever is in front of you, whatever is happening within you and around you. We do that by simply being present in the moment, not letting our thoughts wander. Take a few moments to ground yourself, becoming aware of your surroundings. Once you have done that, then we can acknowledge our emotions and feelings. Maybe this is difficult initially if these emotions are very negative, but we have to confront them in order to move forward. So, taking some time to reflect on why you are feeling the way you are and identifying any triggers. Remember that in this process, you must be kind to yourself, not judging yourself for your emotions. Once you acknowledge your feelings, then we can begin to take steps towards addressing them and move towards a more positive mindset. So that's the basic understanding of the first step, which is recognizing. Second step says allow life to be just as it is. So what does it mean to allow life? How can we do that? Sometimes it can be very daunting, but at the same time, it's very liberating. Instead of constantly striving to change things, we can also learn to accept them for how they are. So, this doesn't mean that we have to be passive or complacent. We can still work towards our goals, we can still make positive changes in our lives, but it does mean that we can let go of the need to control every outcome and find peace in the present moment. When we allow life to be just as it is, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and that we may have otherwise overlooked. It is also about embracing the uncertainty of life and trusting that everything will work out in the end. So, taking a deep breath and letting go of expectations, allowing life can be something which is difficult at first, but slowly with practice, it can become your second nature. Now, the third step explains about investigating our inner experience. So, here we take time to reflect on our own thoughts, emotions, sensations. It's important that we understand ourselves in order to better understand other people. So, spending time each day with maybe journaling, meditating, simply reflecting on your day, asking yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? Or how was my day? How did I react that way to that situation? This kind of introspection can lead to more self awareness and personal growth. I know theoretically it may sound a very big task to do, but when we start practicing it, our brain gets attuned to such kind of awareness, and it then gets aligned with difficult situations as well, because then we transfer that practice to those situations in which we really need to cultivate mindfulness. So let's move to the next step. Brain technique says that the fourth step is non-identification or nurturing. It's basically a practice of detaching ourselves from our thoughts, our emotions. It's also about observing our mental events but from a distance without attaching ourselves to them or letting them define our identity. When we practice non identification, we can gain a greater sense of inner peace and calmness because we are no longer controlled by our thoughts and emotions. It also allows us to develop a more objective and rational approach to life, as now we are able to view situations from a neutral perspective. And as we regularly practice, non identification can lead to a greater sense of self awareness and personal growth. Whereas nurturing is all about healing yourself, taking out time, like maybe things which you love to do, things that you're very fond of, or that recreates or that rejuvenates you. So, all this activity will help you to nurture yourself. So, now we will move to a practical aspect of this video where we will try to cultivate all these steps one by one. So, I'll take you through the step by step mindfulness meditation. Make sure that you are in a very comfortable seat or a position. You can practice this lying down as well. Make sure you remain alert. Mindfulness is all about intentionally focusing our attention to whichever object or subject we want to. So, whether you choose to sit or lie down, adjust yourself until you find a comfortable position. You can keep your eyes open if you prefer, but if your eyes are open, make sure they are soft and unfocused. Else, you may close your eyes. Now, take a moment to direct your attention inward. Today, we are focusing on the RAIN method, which can be used during difficult experiences or simply to gain greater understanding of the present moment. This is where you are right now, in this moment on the map. So, ready to try out? Let's start with R, recognize. Now, begin by recognizing what's going on right now. Start with your senses. What can you hear, see, smell, taste, touch? Take note of any external stimuli and how they make you feel. Then shift your attention inward, becoming aware of your own thoughts, emotions, physical sensations. Some may be pleasant, while others may be less so. You may have a thought about what to cook for dinner. That's a completely neutral thought. Shifting our awareness around, we are noticing it all. We are not trying to change anything. We are not trying to grab onto things that are more pleasant or push away things which are unpleasant. Simply noticing everything. Let's try to be observant without trying to alter our surroundings. Instead of clinging or avoiding, we are simply mindful of everything. Let's proceed to the second letter in the RAIN acronym, A, which stands for allowing. Just check for a moment. Can you accept things as they are without necessarily liking them? For example, if I'm experiencing physical discomfort or hunger, I may not enjoy it, but I can still allow these sensations to exist. Allowing involves being present and aware what's happening without the need to change it. By doing so, we open up a space that enables us to examine our experiences from a broader perspective. Rather than focusing on a narrow microscopic view, when we allow ourselves to recognize our experiences, we may discover new insights, whether they are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Ultimately, allowing involves creating a wide circle of space for everything to just exist. Now we'll proceed to I in RAIN, which stands for investigate. At this point, we begin to delve deeper into our thoughts and feelings. As humans, we tend to get trapped in our thoughts and emotions. But this step encourages us to look beyond that, observe other things. For example, we can investigate how our emotions manifest in our body, such as a knot in the stomach or a sense of restlessness. Or in contrast, how positive emotions may show up, like a warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart, or a sense of gentle relaxation. Throughout this investigation, it's critical to approach ourselves with kindness and curiosity, rather than judging ourselves or thinking something is wrong with us. We should respond to the situation with self-compassion, kindness, curiosity, just exploring why we are feeling or thinking a certain way. It's about creating space for ourselves and observing our thoughts and emotions without trying to push them away. By doing so, we can get to know ourselves and better develop a deeper understanding of our inner world. So this term RAIN was originally devised to mean non-identification, which stands for N, which has now evolved into a nurturing practice. Let's explore both aspects of RAIN. Non-identification is about recognizing what you can see, but at the same time being aware that what you see is merely a small part of you, not something that should define you. For example, if you're feeling anxious about a work or school presentation, recognizing that this anxiety is only a part of you, a small part of you. So instead of letting it control you, acknowledging its presence, taking steps towards improving this situation, or preparing yourself for the presentation. This may include wearing comfortable clothes, keeping water bottle nearby, taking few deep breaths during the presentation. On the other hand, nurturing yourself can involve identifying what you need to feel comfortable and secure. For instance, if you're anxious about a presentation, you may need to talk to someone who might help you and tell them that you're nervous during public speaking. Alternatively, you may need to clear your schedule for the rest of the day after the presentation, or take a few moments to just sit with your anxiety and remind yourself that it's okay to feel this way. The key is to be compassionate and kind to yourself, even in the moments of stress and discomfort. After practicing rain, you can rest in the nourishment of self-encouragement and foster as much compassion for yourself as possible. I would suggest you to practice this whenever you feel yourself stuck in a pattern or feeling overwhelmed. It provides a way to pause, to step back, reflect on your experiences, introducing self-exploration with kindness and compassion. Gently opening your eyes, come back to your surroundings, have a glass of water, and come back to the video. So this was an overview of the rain technique. I hope you liked it. If you did, do hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe my channel, and for regular updates, stay tuned. Thank you so much. Bye.